Okay, so on request I've decided to shoot this little brief video which will give you a little insight into what TAP is. Now, TAP actually stands for Architect of Predictions, and this is an iOS app, so sadly no compatibility with the Android as yet. But since I actually have been dabbling with actually using this in conjunction with the deadlock effect, and I actually created a couple of little projects involved in that. I thought I'll give you guys a little insight so that you guys who've actually got iPhones, if you're interested, you can actually pick it up and I can actually share these projects with you. So first of all, what does it do? So let's say as in the most common routine that I do is actually having the participant intuit a date which I am concentrating on as the performer. So let's say the participant intuits the date that I'm thinking of as the 23rd of February. Now, since I'm focusing on that date, it must have some importance to me, so I can also have the option to claim that this date is so important that I actually use it as part of my passcode to my mobile phone. So the participant said the 23rd of February, which is 2302, and I could claim that this is my birthday, and the year I was born was actually 1979. This is actually true, so if you guys want to record that and send me a birthday wish, you can do. And the participants will actually see that by entering those details into the phone, it is an important date for you because you've actually used it as your passcode and it does indeed open the phone. But going further than that, if we actually go into the photograph album, we can actually show a picture of the padlock, the deadlock, which actually shows 2302. And then there's only one thing left for them to do, which is to test those digits into the lock. And of course, they will find that those digits do actually open the lock itself. So let's just sort of quickly run through that again. I'm just going to quickly access here, go into projects, and this is the one we have just performed. So you can actually set it up, lock your phone. Not necessary, but I prefer to lock the phone so the phone isn't brought into play until later on in the routine. So we tap it, we're actually going to secretly use the face recognition, or you could use the fingertip unlock to access the app, which is now already running. So this is a fake passcode screen. And let's say, well, my wife's birthday is the 30th of the 3rd, so it doesn't matter what they say. The first 4 digits that you type in here are actually going to be revealed on the lock itself. So 30th of the 3rd. And the last 2 digits, doesn't matter what they are in this particular project because they're not actually used. And again, you can actually make a point of showing them that the date is important enough for you to actually use it as your unlock code, or you could just secretly unlock your phone and then reveal obviously the camera roll. And then in there you can see once again we have a new image, in this case 3003, 30th of the 3rd. So that's it in its most basic form. But the Architect of Predictions is actually far more sophisticated than just actually revealing those little details there. We can actually take one photograph and manipulate it so that we can actually reveal over 1 million different outs, and that's basically the benefit of it. So let me show you now the sort of direction which I'm actually heading with this, and why I particularly I'm fond of it. So this is one of the newer projects which I'm working with. So let us say that the participant will perform the routine where the participant is intuiting a date which is seemingly important to us, and let's suggest that they say the 15th of August. Doesn't matter what the date is, we claim that they are indeed correct, but we try and push them one stage further. We say, now, this date that I'm focusing on actually pertains to a female relative, somebody who I'm connected to within sort of my family. It's a female relative. I'm not going to say whether they're older, younger, similar age. I'm not going to give you any of that information, but use your intuition once again to try and tell me what relationship do you think I have with this person. So let's suggest that they believe or have intuited that this date pertains to my grandmother. We can then push them further and say, okay, now suppose for a moment that you are correct, that your intuition has led you down the correct path so far. What do you believe this occasion is that's so important? All I will say is that it's the type of occasion I would buy them a card. and let's say that they believed that it was a birthday. So they believed that the date itself was the 15th of August, that it was my grandmother's birthday that I was focusing on. So in that case, I can actually show them this date is important enough for me to actually use it as a passcode, should you wish, or you can enter this information in secretly. Choice is yours. So 15 for the day, 08 obviously for the month, and then I've actually coded, I've got two other spaces, so two other digits which can code additional information. So if I press 8, I'm actually coding my grandmother, and then if I press 2, that codes birthday. So once again we can suggest that this is the code that opens up the phone. There is just a slight blink as it actually transitions, but what I tend to do is I tend to unlock the phone and then hold it up just for the briefest moments where it flashes, and that basically indicates to me that it's actually safely stored the image in. So now when I actually go into the photograph album, we should actually see, in this case, we have the 15th of the 8th on the padlock itself. But going further than that, we've got one of my business cards, and it says, remember Grandma's birthday. Let me just show you that project just once again. If we open this up, go into projects and click on perform here. So let's say they thought the 27th of December, so 2712, the first 4 digits of course, coding that information in. And let's say they believed that the relationship I had with this person was my sister, so I've got a little sort of mental system for remembering these relationship types, so I'll press 5 for me. This is just the way that I've actually set this up. And then let's say they believed that the occasion was an engagement, so let's just pop that in there, which is using the last 2 digits to code that information in. And when I actually go in here, if we go into the photograph album, we've got a new photograph, and I can show the 27th of the 12th, and it says on there, remember sister's engagement party. So this should hopefully give you a little insight into what TAP is, obviously how it works. I think it's just very, very clever. It can be used as a standalone thing, but I think actually working side by side with the actual deadlock itself is really nice, because you've got that physical object which exists in the real world, which is also validating the photograph, which is validating the presentation and everything that the participant has intuited. So if the date was important to you, there's no reason why you wouldn't actually use it perhaps as a passcode to your screen. So you've got the first reveal as the passcode to your screen is actually those details which the participants intuited. You've got the photograph which actually proves that these numbers do pertain to that particular relative type and that particular occasion. And then obviously the final proof of the pudding being the fact that they do actually possess the lock in their hand. And of course there's only one thing left to do, please open up the lock. They do that using those digits, and of course the lock opens. So I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into the app itself, and I hope you enjoy it. If you want to pick it up, search the Architect of Predictions in the App Store, and you can thank me later. So somebody had asked me about obviously the lottery idea. So again, this is just a very quick project that I set up for a friend of mine, which allows you to seemingly predict the lottery numbers that the participant suggests. So I'm actually abusing the inbuilt facilities which are actually part of the Architect app. So before this all begins, the only thing which I need to know is the first 2 digits, are the first 2 numbers that the participant is actually thinking of. So let us suggest that, well, we'll use my birthday, the 23rd of the 2nd. So let's suggest that the first 2 numbers are 23 and 2. So I can type in 23 and 2. And that is the only information which I need to enter in secret. So we've got two digits. In fact, if I just grab a business card here, I'm just going to write these down just so that you guys can see. So we've got 23, we've got 2, let's see, 16, 19 and 40. Oh, 42. So if we are using the British, if we are using the Euro lottery, then there are only 5 numbers which need to be inputted. So in this case, we've already inputted 2, so we now have 6 spaces to enter the rest. So in this case, we are going to enter 16, 19, and 42 in there. Obviously, the phone opens. This would obviously be done in secret, and what that's going to do is that's actually going to put those details on there. So if you have a look at the lottery ticket, we have 23. We have 2, we have 16, we have 19, we have 42. Now, there is no reason why you can't do this with a standard UK lottery ticket and have all 6 numbers predicted. It just means that the work that you've got to do, the hidden work, i.e. the work externally to entering the code into your phone, just means you're adding an extra number in there. Should you wish, you could actually have the full thing as a prediction. So you could actually have the lucky stars in this instance named by the participant too. So I say it's a bit unrelated to Deadlock, but since I was asked, I thought I would just include that piece of information too. As I say, just to recap, this is just an image which I pulled off the internet, and I've edited that to allow this to happen. If I was to actually use this myself, I would probably take a photograph of a physical, maybe it's me holding a lottery ticket, and then edit it to facilitate this happening. But I hope you enjoy it. Those are little insights into the Tap app, and I shall leave you guys to decide whether they seem good enough for you to invest.